to this session of English. In this session, we are going to continue with our practice questions. So in this session, we are going to discuss practice questions based on conjunction. We have already learned this interesting chapter in our theory sessions. Well, in this session, we are going to discuss some practice questions which may have occurred in previous years, and these questions are based on conjunction. Well, this is a very interesting chapter. Now in this session, we are going to discuss the questions which are based on the chapter conjunction. Well, in this session, we will learn 25 practice questions based on the chapter conjunction along with their detailed analysis of each solution. It means we will discuss each and every question in detail along with the solutions, and we'll discuss each and every solution in detail. So let's begin this session. Now let us first see the directions which will help us out in doing these questions, okay, or in solving these questions. And the directions are as follows. Read the sentence to find out whether there is an error in it. It means these are spotting errors based on conjunction. So in this session, first of all, we'll discuss the type of questions which are spotting errors, which are widely asked in competitive exams, which are based on conjunctions. Okay, the error, if any, will be in one part of the sentence. It means the sentence will be divided into several parts, and only one part may contain the error. It means the error should be in only one part of the sentence. It will not be like that many parts or one or more parts contain the error. Okay, it will be only in the one part of the sentence. The number corresponding to that part will be your answer. Now, what we have to do when we see that this part contains the error and which part is it, the number that corresponds to it will be our answer. Okay. Now, if the given sentence is correct as it is, it means if the sentence is flawless, if the sentence is absolutely correct, it means the sentence which is given to us is grammatically correct or correct in every aspect, we have to mark our answer as no error. So there will be another option that is no error that we have to mark. Okay, if the entire sentence is absolutely correct. And ignore the errors of punctuation if any. Although these questions are of conjunction, so we have to mark these questions are actually based on the conjunction chapter. We know well, so we need to mark the errors of conjunction only. But if there are other type of errors that can also be considered, but we should ignore the punctuation errors that will not be considered at all. Okay, punctuation error will not be considered error. Okay, so let's begin the questions. So this is question number 1 that we have. You must either be regular with your studies and study for longer period before the examination. Now, we have already discussed in conjunction chapter that conjunction is further divided into two parts. Either it is, you can say conjunction is of two types, single conjunction and the correlative conjunction or the pair conjunction. Now, pair conjunctions are predefined in which we have a pair that is either and it is always paired with or, neither which is always paired with nor, and we have many other conjunctions like and other pairs as well, just for example, not only but also, but, else, and, between, and, both, and there are many pairs that we have already learned in that chapter. So with either we can only use or, that makes choice between the two. It means either we want this or this, but only one of the two. Okay, so either is only paired with the word or. Okay, so here this end is incorrect. It should be replaced with or. So the correct sentence will be, you must either be regular with your studies. So this second sentence, this is the first option, that is, you have the choice to be regular with your studies, or so another choice is study for longer period before the examination. So this is another choice, that is second, and we have used or just before the second option. So either or, the only two type of errors come from this part. First of all, the pair of the conjunction, that is, either can be only paired with the word or, not anything else or not anyone else. Moreover, the position of either or matters in a sentence. They should be placed only before the options, okay, or the choices which are mentioned in the sentence. So here, before the first choice we have used either, and before the second choice we have used or. So this and should be replaced with or. So the answer will be part 3, use or in place of and. So this is the correct sentence. Okay, this is the correct answer. So the correct sentence will be, you must either be regular with your studies or study for longer period before the examination. Okay, so I hope you have already got this concept. So here answer will be 3. Now let us move to the next one. Now this is question number 2. No sooner I had spoken, then he left. Now here we have a word no sooner. Now this is also an adverb, or this is also considered as an adverb. Whenever we have the words no sooner, okay, well, no sooner is always paired with then, then, then. Hardly, but there is another rule, which is the rule of inversion. Hardly, rarely, not, let us say another word, that is scarcely. Okay, this is, wait, let me rectify this. Scarcely, or if we had words barely, if we have words seldom, okay, or if we have word never, if we have words so, little. Well, these are all negative adverbs basically. Okay, now if we begin, now this is the concept, if we begin, or if the sentence begins, if the sentence begins, if the sentence begins with any of these words. Now it means if the sentence begins, it means the starting word or the beginning word of the sentence is any of these words. No sooner, hardly, scarcely, barely, seldom, never, so, little. We should use inverse rule. Okay, we should always use inverse rule, and this is very, very important, and many times the error from this part are covered or occur in from this part of the concepts. Now if the sentence begins with any of these words, we have to apply inverse rule. Inverse rule means where helping verb comes prior to the subject. Now the basic structure of the sentence is like subject plus helping verb plus main verb, but in this concept, helping verb should come prior to the subject. Now this thing is very, very important. Helping verb should come prior to the subject, and this verb should be helping verb. If there is no helping verb mentioned over there, you need to find out that which helping verb is suitable over here. Okay, for example, if the sentence is an indefinite sentence, you can have do, does, or did depending on the tense of the sentence. Okay, now helping verbs comes prior to the subject. This is called the inverse rule. For example, never I shall go there, never I shall go there. This sentence is incorrect. Okay, this sentence is incorrect. To rectify it, we should use shall I. Never shall I go there. Okay, so this is actually the inverse rule where helping verb comes prior to the subject. Therefore, if we see this sentence, no sooner, here the sentence is beginning with no sooner. So we need to have interrogative or the inverse rule. So this I had should be replaced with had I. Now another error that can occur from the no sooner part is that no sooner should be paired with only then, that is THA and then. There should be THA and then. But and of course we have used then over here. So this sentence is absolutely the sentence was incorrect, but we have replaced this I had with had I. Now the sentence is absolutely correct. So the correct sentence will be, no sooner had I spoken, then he left. Okay, so here the error will be in second part. Here the concept, the correct sequence will be had I spoken. Okay, so this I had spoken should be replaced with had I spoken. So the correct sentence will be, no sooner had I spoken, then he left. Now let us move to the third question. I hope you got this concept. You must either tell me the whole story or at least the first half of it. Now, as I told you, that matter, the position of either or matters a lot in a sentence. Whenever we have choices, we have to place either before the first choice and or before the second choice. Now, if you see this entire sentence, here we have two choices. First of all, you can tell me the whole story or at least the first half of it. So this is the second choice and this is the first choice. Okay, this is the first choice. But what we have done, we have used either before this tell me. Now, is this tell me the choice? No. Actually, tell me is actually the requirement. You have to tell me what? Either the first, the whole story, or at least the first half of it. It means these two are the choices, not tell me. Okay, so if this tell me is not the choice, we cannot place this either over here. Instead, it should be placed after the word tell me. So the error is in part first of the sentence. Why so? Because here the correct sentence will be you must tell me, you must tell me what? Either the first either the whole story or at least the first half of it. So the position of either or, neither nor, not only but also matters a lot in these type of conjunctions or pair conjunctions. Okay, so this is very very important, and this should be kept in mind while we are speaking as well. Okay, so here error will be in first part of the sentence, and the correct answer will be you must tell me either the whole story or at least the first half of it. Okay, now let us move to the next one. Now this one is question number 4. Your success in the IAS examination, IAS examinations depends not only on what papers you have selected, but on how you have written them. Now, whenever we have a conjunction, not only, it can be paired only with but also. Okay, it should be paired with but also. So your success in the IAS examination, well, this is examination, maybe this is a typing error. In the IAS examination depends not only on what papers you have selected, but also on how you have written them. Okay, so the third part contains the error. Here not only can be paired with but also, but not only but. Okay, so here the error is in part third of the sentence. Now let us move to the next question. That is question number 5. Scarcely had I arrived, then the train left. Now, as I told you that with scarcely, if the sentence is beginning with scarcely, the sentence begins with scarcely, we need to put helping verb prior to the subject. And in this sentence, we have followed the concept, scarcely had I. So till this part, it is correct. But as I told you that with scarcely or hardly, if we use word scarcely, hardly, or barely. Okay, so with these words, another concept also works. That is, we make the pair with of these words with when. Okay, not then. So here, then should be replaced with when. Okay, so the correct sentence will be scarcely had I arrived when the train left. Okay, so the error is in part 2, where then should be replaced with when, and the correct sentence will be scarcely had I arrived when the train left. It means the person, maybe possible he did not reach the station as well and the train left. Okay, now let us move to the next question. This is question number 6. The reason why he was rejected was because he was too young. Now, suppose there is a sentence in which the word reason is mentioned. Okay, in which the this word is mentioned. Any sentence in which this word reason is mentioned. Okay, REASON. If the sentence contains this word clearly, we cannot use because or because of or due to any of these. Instead, we should use only that conjunction. Why so? Because we are already stating that reason is this. Okay, so the reason why he was rejected, the reason for which he was rejected was not because actually shows the reason, or it is a connector that introduces the reason. But here we have already mentioned the word reason and we have mentioned the reason too. Therefore, this because is not needed over here. It should be replaced with that. Okay, where if the sentence contains the word clearly, that is the reason, it means the sentence already introduced the reason along with the word. So we need not write because or because of over there. We need to put that. Okay, so the reason why he was rejected was that he was too young. So here the error will be, the answer will be 3, because this because should be replaced with that. Okay, so this is very very simple. I hope you have got the concept. Now let us move to the 7th question. Scarcely did I reach the airport, nervous intense, then the plane took off, leaving me stranded in an alien place. It means I just arrived at the airport. Nervous and tense. I was nervous and tense because I was late. Okay, the plane took off. At the same time, the plane took off, leaving me stranded. It means leaving me there alone. You can say a person who is feeling very, uh, you can say, in pain, is suffering on that alien place, because that was deserted place or an unknown place for him. Okay, for me, because I is written over here. Now here, if we see the sentence scarcely, if this word you can say begins the sentence, we need to put inverse rule. It means helping verb prior to the subject, which is over here. That is, first is helping verb and then we have the subject. So this part is correct. Nervous and tense, then, but as I told you before as well, that whenever we use scarcely, we have a pair with it, which is when, not then. Okay, with hardly, scarcely, and barely, we can only have when as the pair, not then. Therefore, this then should be replaced with the when. Okay, when the plane took off, leaving me stranded in an alien place. So the answer will be to, then should be replaced with when. Now let us move to the next question. Now this is question number 8. No sooner had the hockey match started when it began to rain. Again, whenever we have a word no sooner, so no sooner is always paired with then. Now keep these things in mind. This is very, very important. With no sooner, we need to use then, and this is THAN then. You should keep this in mind. It should be THAN then. Okay, because then compares the situations. Now, with the word hardly or scarcely or barely, if we have any of these words, or barely, we should only have when as a pair. Okay, we can make the pair with when. Okay, with the word seldom, we can make the pair with or never or if ever. Okay, now if we have this word no sooner, with no sooner we need to use then, not when. So this when should be replaced with THAN then. Okay, so the error will be in the part second, that is when should be replaced with then. This is again very, very simple. Now let us move to the next question. Now this is question number 9. A lot of form filling is just red tape, and sometimes the forms are so complicated that people can neither make head or tail from them. Now, whenever we use a word neither, it should be paired with nor. Okay, so neither is always paired with nor. Okay, whereas either is paired with or. So here or is incorrect, it should be replaced with nor. So answer is in part third, that is head nor tail of. Okay, neither nor. Now let us move to the next question. Unless you do not give the keys of the safe, you will be shot. Now, unless is actually a negative word, but unless you do not give the keys, with unless we cannot have a negative word. But if I say unless you give the keys, that the sentence will be incorrect. Okay, if one person give the keys, why will he be shot then? So here the error is in unless. That unless should be replaced with if. If you do not give the keys of the safe, you will be shot. This will be the real sense of the sentence. Because if I remove this do not from here, then the sentence will be incorrect again. Why so? If I say unless you give the keys, that will make the sentence wrong according to the sense of the sentence. So here the correct word to be used should be if. So here answer will be first part. Now obviously you need not rectify it. You just have to prove, or you just have to say that which part contains error, and simply this first part contains error, whatever you think. But we know well that unless cannot be used with not. So these two concepts are incorrect over here. So our answer is first part. Now as we need not rectify them, if we are not getting the concept of it, it is useless. Okay, we should it only matters that which part contains error, and that we know well that first part contains the error, and that is the answer. But I'm telling you the concept over here, that here the correct sentence will be if you do not give the keys of the safe, you will be shot. Okay, now let us move to the next one. Now this one is question number 11. He walked till the end of the street. So here he walked till the end of the street, it means till the last point of the street. So here till should be replaced with to, because till is actually not the limit of something, but it is actually showing the direction. Okay, so to the end of the street means to the direction, towards the direction of the street, or along with the direction of the street. Now let us move to the question number 12. Three conditions critical for growing plants are soil, temperature, chemical balance, or amount of moisture. Now, whenever we have some points in one thing, we need to add and, because or makes the choice and makes the addition. So here the correct connector to be used should be and. Why so? Now, if I say that I have 3 points, one, two, and the three. I cannot say one, two, or three because or makes the choice, whereas and adds the two things together. Okay. Therefore, here, just to make these things together, like plants are soil, temperature, chemical balance, and amount of moisture. So this and will make the amount of moisture mixed or added to these three parts. Okay. So here the error is in part third, where this or should be removed or replaced with and. Okay, the plants are soil, temperature, and chemical balance or amount of moisture. This or should be replaced with and. Okay, so this will be the correct answer. Or you can say this like this as well. Plants are soil, temperature, and chemical balance or amount of moisture. Okay, so this can also be said. You can also use or over here, but there the concept will be changed because we need only three things. That is soil, temperature, chemical balance, or amount of moisture. This is one thing. Okay, one of the entire things. So third part contains the error. Now let us move to the question number 13. Until the world lasts, the earth will go round the sun. As I told you that until and unless, there is a difference between these two words. Until shows the time duration or it depends on time, whereas unless depends on the situation. Now here it is written the word lasts. Do sorry, is there any time duration which is exactly, you can say, said for the word to be last? No, not at all. We have the situation frame over there that the word lasts. Okay, so the error in the sentence is very simple, that here until should be replaced with unless. So the answer will be first part of the sentence, that is use unless. Okay, it is not uses, it is use. Now let us move to the next one. This is question number question number 14. As soon as the lion saw the deer, he began to run after it. Now, as soon as the lion saw the deer, uh, he began he began to run after it. So the error, you can see that as soon as is the single conjunction. It does not need any pair to make it with. So the error is no error in this sentence. It means this sentence contains no error. Now let us move to the question number 15. He loved her despite of himself. Now we cannot use of with despite, so this third part contains error. So the error is in part 3. Here the word should be despite, not despite of, because with in spite we use of, whereas with despite we do not use any other preposition. Now let us move to the next question. This is question number 16. No sooner did he see the traffic policeman, he wore seatbelt. Now as I told you that whenever no sooner come, we use then to make pair with it. No sooner did he see the traffic policeman, then he wore the seatbelt. Now, with no sooner, we always use then. So before this, we need to use then. Now, if you see the sentence carefully, no sooner did he see the traffic policeman. After that, we can write then. But that this then can be either added in the last of second part or in the beginning of the third part. Okay, now if I want to add it in the second part, that can also make the sentence correct, or if I add it just before the third or in the third part of the sentence, that will also make the sentence correct. But we can only have error in one part of the sentence. So here we can make this if I change the sentence like as soon as he saw. Okay, because if you see this sentence, that the sentence is in past tense, so we can also change the first part of the sentence, that is as soon as he saw. Okay, as soon as he saw. So at the same time he did that. So apart from using this then, or despite using this then, we can use another conjunction, that is as soon as, to rectify the sentence. So the correct sentence will be as soon as he saw the traffic policeman, he wore the seatbelt. Now let us move to the next one. That is question number 17. He walks as if the earth belonged to him. Now this sentence is absolutely correct. So the sentence contains no error. Now let us move to the question number 18. No sooner they had received the guest than they began entertaining them. As I told you that no sooner is always paired with then, it is. But with no sooner we need to use inversion rule, that is helping verb comes prior to the subject. Therefore, this they had should be replaced with had they. Okay, so here the error will be part second of the sentence. Did they receive can also be there, or had they received can also be there. Okay, because both the sentences or both the phrases show the past tense. Okay, so any of these can come. Because here you can see that this is past indefinite, so we can also use did they receive. Okay, now let us move to the next one. That is question number 19. No sooner did the teacher enter the classroom, the students caught up. As I told you, with no sooner we always make a pair, that is then. Okay, otherwise what we can do, no sooner as soon as the teacher entered, but there I need to use entered. Okay, then as soon as it's not correct over here, it should be like no sooner did the teacher enter the classroom, then the students caught up. So the error is in part third of the sentence, that is then the students caught up. Now let us move to the next one. This is question number 20. It is nothing else than pride. With else we always make pair with but. So here the error will be in part third, that is this then should replace with but. Okay, because else is always paired with the word but. Now this is question number 21. It was fortunate all of the inmates escaped from the blazing fire. Now from that all inmates escaped. It was fortunate what? That. So here we need to add that. So the error is in part second of the sentence, because that should be used before this. Now let us move to the next one. Galileo proved that the earth revolves around the sun. So it should be no error, as we know well that this is the universal truth and this is truth. Kindly confirm by letter and telephone that you will be able to attend the interview. So kindly confirm by letter and telephone. So it is either of the two. You have two choices, that either confirm it by the letter or by telephone. So you can only use one medium to confirm this one to us. Okay, so the error will be in one part of the sentence where and should be replaced with or. Okay, now let us move to the question number 24. Riding across the battlefield, the famous Bhishma saw a large number of dead warriors. Okay, so while he was riding across the battlefield. Okay, so here the solution is no error. Okay, because if we say riding across the battlefield, it means while he was riding across the battlefield. Okay, now let us move to the next one. This is question number 25. No sooner did I finish my speech, I was subjected to a barrage of questions. So again, no sooner is followed by then, so we need to put over there. No sooner did I finish my speech, I was subjected, than I was subjected. Okay, as I told you earlier as well, that no sooner is always followed by pair by conjunction then. Now here we have already done these 25 questions. I hope you have understood all the concepts which we have discussed in this session, and I hope that this session is beneficial to you all. If you find this session beneficial, be connected with me for another sessions as well. Thanks to you.